Serpent and Odd Garrett. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Professor Layton v. Phoenix Wright. No, it's actually versus. Not V. Like Batman v Superman. So I am very excited to be playing this again. And excited to do the whole rest of the series, right? Because these type of games, I remember playing Danganronpa. Baba is getting crazier and crazier. Well, we'll play a little of that on Saturday. Actually, we'll play a lot of it on Saturday, because we're done with Snakebird. Oh, geez. Do I even want to see it? Level 2 hard. Baba is done. Better look out. Baba has gun. That is adorable. So, games that have, like, both a good narrative with a lot of, like, reading where I can react to it and, you know, be entertained, in addition to interesting puzzles that hopefully aren't going to veer into Baba territory, where they're going to, you know, halt the game entirely because I can't do them. Professor Layton is a pretty good, you know, puzzle difficulty, and Phoenix Wright is even easier than that. So I have played Phoenix Wright 1, 2, and 3, and it's funny timing, too, because the Phoenix Wright trilogy just got released on Steam. Which I didn't even know that was happening. This one's also pretty good. Is this what we're going to do all day? So look at Baba memes. Baba is pissed and has knife. But that just means that when you kill him, a knife pops out. I've played the Phoenix Wright trilogy before. I've played Apollo, Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, and I streamed the first Miles Edgeworth Investigations. That one was probably my least favorite of the Phoenix Wright games that I've played. I'm not sure why. I can't quite put my finger on it. I guess because it was mostly investigation with very little trial, and the story just wasn't that great until the end. The end was okay. If he swallowed a knife, maybe that is why he's pissed. You know what I might do? Nope, never mind. Not gonna do it. I was gonna on my screen, this screen down here is on the right side, and this one is on the left. And I was about to say, well, I'll switch them, but that would require me to go and change everything over there. So, I won't. Is Hitana okay? Hitana is okay. This is a work of fiction titled Suzumiya Haruhi no Yutsu. And we get to hear the fantastic Phoenix Wright music again.
If anything happens to me, go and see this man. He should be able to help.
Rail Tracer? Oh, no, it's just birds. Now I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I mentioned which Phoenix Wright games I've played. Professor Layton, I think there are 3 of the games that I started to play and played most of the way through them, but did not actually finish.
That's impossible.
I don't remember how unrealistic is Professor Layton. Phoenix Wright has ghosts. Professor Layton had time travel in at least in one of them.
Go without me. Quickly. going? Oh.
They should have got me to voice act this. I would have done a better job.
Huh? Well, what do we have here?
Looks like witches. Sprinkle some crack on them. Let's go home. Prologue on a dark and stormy night.
What the blazes?
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be voiced. I thought I was going to get to voice it. Oh well.
Blimey. This is going to be a tough nut to crack. There is one man I know who could get to the bottom of this.
He-Ten style.
Did you say witches, Professor?
That's right. People in the Middle Ages very much believed in their existence. That is the reason why they had witch trials. Do you see?
Witch trials? Did witches really exist in those days?
So here I was saying, oh, okay, Professor Layton has a bunch of supernatural stuff, maybe, like time travel. But maybe what we saw was, you know, a fictionalized dramatization of whatever accident.
Witch trials certainly existed, although nobody ever truly used magic. Witches were nothing more than superstition and legend.
Although maybe the statues were robots, and maybe the birds were robots. Maybe I'm a robot. Maybe that plane is a robot.
Wow, look, it's really London.
No, that's London, California.
I know you're excited, Maya, but can a guy get a few last Z's in?
This is no time to be sleeping. You won't win in an English court of law with that attitude.
This trip is just an exchange visit courtesy.
Say it in red.
Defending a court officially.
Oh, well that's no fun.
Rude?
You know you're always at your best when working under pressure, but who can say how things would go over here?
I wish you wouldn't talk like that. You only jinx the whole thing.
That's a robot if I ever seen one. It's the answer to the whole case. They're all robots. And I haven't yet started chapter 5 of Umineko. I will, either tonight or tomorrow.
The rain doesn't seem to want to stop.
I am glad it is emulating properly, it looks like. It's running at 100%, even with the models on the screen.
I agree, Luke. But I believe it is easing off a little now, so it should clear up soon.
Do I have a way to autoplay? I guess not.
It does clear up soon, especially the lightning.
Afraid of lightning, I take it?
So Dual Destiny is still not working. Still could not get it to emulate properly. What I am going to do is when we play that, I'm going to buy the Android version and emulate that. And then I'll do the same thing for Spirit of Justice. Definitely a British game, starting off talking about the weather.
Of course not.
And it is raining in London. What kind of science fiction game is this?
It's just that I hate how it flashes suddenly and takes me by surprise.
And now they stop. Now they're like, okay, he 10 and go tag. Then let's wait a while for it to settle. Luke, I have just the thing to take your mind off it. Take a look on the bookshelf. Is it a puzzle? The bookshelf? What's on the bookshelf? You'll know when you find it. Do you recall our usual method of investigation? Of course I do. Oh, I expected as much. But just to be sure, let's have a refresher. We use a magnifying glass for investigation. This will appear automatically. Slide the stylus along the touchscreen to move the magnifying glass around. I know how to use a ladder. Ow, Jesus, my ear. The secret is to slide the stylus as if drawing a line. Okay, we get the idea. Yes. Touch screens exist. Exactly. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be way awkward. You can't... So, are we okay with this? The only way that I can do it is to manipulate the bottom screen, and why would they do that? Because this whole picture doesn't fit on the bottom screen without looking bad? How awkward. I'm gonna look. I got a hint coin. I will not use a single hint coin the whole game. Isn't this a picture book? Wow, I wouldn't have expected you to have a picture book, Professor. Wait a second. That's right, my boy. There's a puzzle hidden within that book. I should have known. You even have puzzles hidden in your books. Alright then, Luke. Why not see if you can solve this one? Naturally, after all, I am your apprentice. Paths of Light. A light witch and a dark witch are trying to fly back home to their castles. Each castle is colored to match each witch. Colored with a U. That's how you know we're in London. Their way home is connected by colorful paths of light. Touching one of these paths will cause all of that color to disappear. Help the witches find the right path to their respective castle by removing the unwanted paths. Touching a colorful light of path will remove all the paths. We already saw that. Travel on any colorful path they encounter as they fly up. Aha, I see. That was a little hard for a first puzzle. Alright, so if we just leave it as is, this one's gonna go not do it right. Trick question. Trick question. Witches don't exist. Where is that button? Flashing that hint? No, thank you. Alright, so if we just leave blue and green, will we be okay? We'll go blue, green, nope. Blue. How about no blue? How about... Okay, how about just blue? That'll get you there. You won't make it. Just green? Nope. Just red. Nope. Red and green. Green, red. Nope. See, this one does just seem to be trial and error. I don't... Or maybe I just haven't done many puzzles like this. I have a feeling purple is... Actually, I can... Can I... Okay, got it. I can actually click them and it doesn't count as, like, submitting anything. My Phoenix Wright... You've never seen my Phoenix Wright playthroughs. They are magnificent. They are the envy of all scholars. What if I did everything except green? How was that? Nope. Hold on. No, stop holding on. There it is. Boom. The Phoenix Wright playthroughs have trials,
One to me.
and the Layton playthroughs have errors. There will be no errors in this Let's Play whatsoever. Outstanding. Both witches managed to cross the colorful paths and find their way home. Colorful. Well done, Luke. That was a piece of cake. I can solve harder puzzles than that. I'm pleased to hear that, Luke. It was a charming little puzzle, though, like straight out of a fairy tale. If only the witches of the Middle Ages were as jolly as the ones in this picture book. Yes, indeed. Well, it looks as if the rain is about to stop. Shall we prepare to go home? Okay, Professor. Now, where did I put my umbrella? Professor, I think we have a visitor. At this late hour? I can't say I've been expecting anybody. I'll go and see who it is. There's a ghost. There's a witch. There's a witch ghost. Are you Mr. Herschel Layton? Yes, indeed I am. My dear young lady, how may I be of assistance? I have been asked to give you a letter. Please, could you read this? I only do puzzles. I don't know how to read. This letter. It's from Carmine. Carmine? Who's Carmine? She looks very out of place. Yeah, this... it is funny that in the process of meshing the two visual styles, they're pretty much just going to go, anybody goes anywhere. He was a student of mine a number of years ago, and if I recall correctly, he's now a detective. A dead detective? He's been mighted. Oh no! About Carmine. Yes? Well, I'm sorry. It appears there may be a matter of some considerable importance within this letter. Let's read it right away, Professor, after doing 4 puzzles. There's a psyche lock around the letter.
It has been a long time. There is so much I would like to tell you, but at present I do not have the time. My life is in danger. I am being chased by something terrifying, and I am not sure whether I can escape. It all started in a town called Labyrinthian, a mysterious town, one that you will not find on any map. I found myself there during the course of an investigation. While I was there, a series of unbelievable events occurred right before my eyes.
I'm trying to read the letter that's on, like... It's very low res, so you can't see anything, but I'm amused because I'm remembering just the other day I had randomly found information over on legendsoflocalization.com that was talking about placeholder English that shows up in Japanese games. And amusingly, in Silent Hill 2, there's a part where you see someone's, like, a letter that someone's written. And because Silent Hill takes place in America, the letter is written in English, but they read it in, you know, in Japanese or whatever, or subtitle, whatever. So in the Japanese version, it doesn't matter what's written there in English. So when they show a picture of the letter itself, it's the lyrics to a a Bon Jovi song or something like that. So I was trying to look and see, like, this isn't what he's saying, I don't think. But I can't see what it is. It's way too small.
I realized the town held a mysterious secret and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me.
They found me. The witch robots found me.
I escaped from Labyrinthian with a young woman by the name of Espella. It was my belief that she held the key to solving the secret of that town. It is not me they are pursuing, it is Espella. As such, I am asking you to help her. Labyrinthia hides an ominous mystery. This is one puzzle that appears to be beyond my powers to solve. I apologize for imposing on you in this way. Your faithful student, Carmine Accidenti.
Accidenti. And he's the guy who was in an accident. Letter from Carmine added items. Very well. Well, I never... Professor, am I right in assuming that you are the Espella to whom Carmine is referring? Yes. Yes, I am. Tell me, what on earth happened? I'm afraid I'm not entirely sure. It seemed as if we were being chased relentlessly. They caught up with us, and we were attacked. As a result, Carmine was injured. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Espella, not a witch. Espella Maggio. He bravely did his best to ensure that I escaped safely. That I escaped safety. I was safe, and then he saved me from it. I beg you, please help him. Please help that brave man. You mustn't worry about him, Espella. Knowing Carmine as I do, I'm sure he'll be all right. But ever since I've known him, he's always been in some difficult situation or another, and he's never failed to win through. More importantly, at the moment I'm frankly more concerned with your safety, Espella. You're concerned about me? According to this letter, the one they're after is you. Are you certain that you're all right? You weren't injured at all? Me? No, I'm fine, really. Dots! I think you'd better take a rest, even if just for a little while. Your clothes are all wet, too. I'll go and find you a dry towel. Thank you. You're really too kind. It's no trouble at all. As soon as you're more comfortable, we can sit down and talk. Professor, if what was written in that letter is true, yes, indeed, it means this young lady is in real danger. And it also means that her pursuers might even come to this office in search of her. I'll go and lock the door. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. At any rate, we'll need to talk to Espella and find out what this is really all about. Mysteries. Join Professor Layton and revisit some of the story's major mysteries. Touch a mystery to view it. I'm gonna touch it. Strange girl. A strangely dressed girl suddenly appeared asking Professor Layton for help. It would seem she's being pursued by someone or something. Espella appeared at my study full of fear. I do not know who she is or where she has come from. Labyrinthia, pay attention. My God, this guy, he needs a lot of... Spell him a name. Where she has come from, but I wish to help her. Okay. Talk to Espella. I can't. I'm too busy drinking my tea. Okay. I'm sorry to have put you both to all this trouble. Alright. Please, think nothing of it. Although, if it's alright with you, I'd like to hear a little more about what happened. We won't be able to protect you without a clearer understanding of the circumstances. Protect me? It is my belief that you are in quite considerable danger, and it is the duty of every gentleman to help a lady in trouble. I sincerely thank you. Now, it would certainly appear that you are being pursued. However, Carmine's letter referred to your pursuers as they. Could you tell me who they might be? That's... witches! Did you say witches? Yes, witches, and they are truly terrifying. Carmine did his best to protect me from them, but in the end he was unable to escape. They caught up with us. If they realize I'm here, then you too may also end up in danger. Perhaps it would have been better if I hadn't come here. Dots. Espella. Yes? You mustn't worry yourself. Everything is going to be all right. Really? You have my word. We'll be on our guard. That's right. Nothing to worry about. The place is tightly locked up. Dots. Thank you both. Espella, I'd like to inquire a little more, if I may. Yes, of course. The town you came from is called Labyrinthian, isn't it? Yes, that's right. Espella, what's the matter? Well... We are in Labyrinthian now, aren't we? Huh? No, we're in London, in England. Over there is the Queen of London, England. London? England? I'm sorry, but I don't understand. What? No way. You mean to say you've never heard of England? Well, it's just that I've never come across a place by that name in Labyrinthia. Dots? Espella? Are you sure you're feeling all right? No, Luke. I believe Espella really doesn't know. Espella, about this town of Labyrinthia. I'm afraid we've never heard of it either. If I may ask, where exactly is Labyrinthia? Dots. It's what?
Anything you could want to know about Labyrinthia can be found in this book.
Reading? Is that a Fire Emblem thing? Albion?
It's an amazing design. I've never seen a book quite like it.
Yeah, you have. All books look like that.
Bella, would you mind if we had a closer look?
Of course.
The ancient historical name for England. I've never heard such a thing.
I must
Huh?
be seeing things. It was as if the words were moving on the page.
No, Luke. It looked the same to me, too.
Dots.
Look, there's a picture of the town in here. So this is Labyrinthia, is it?
Labyrinthia.
Labyrinthia.
I'm really, like I said, because I had just read about that Silent Hill thing, I'm really interested in what this says now. That seems to say part 1. So it's something, part 1, but there's no way. This would be really, really difficult to reverse engineer. Nintendo Labyrinthia. The buildings all look really old, don't they, Professor? Indeed, Luke. I don't recall ever having seen this town before. This is my hometown. Then this must also be where the witches pursuing you are from, is that right? That's right. Espella, what exactly is this book? It seems somewhat valuable. More dots. This book is the Radiant Historia Labyrinthia, if I may. As I said just a moment ago, everything about Labyrinthia is written in this book. Everything. The entire capital S story. The entire history, you might say. The entire perfect chronology, you might say. If it contains absolutely everything, then it must also include something about witches. Yes, it does. All about the witches. The events in the town and the people living there. Everything that has happened in the town is written in this book. And not only that, but also everything that is going to happen. Huh? What did you just say? Dots. I said dots. Perfect chronology added to items. Are we gonna Honoyo some Majos? I sure hope we are. The town of Labyrinthia, portrayed within this book entitled The Perfect Chronology, is an old town the likes of which the Professor and Luke have never seen. Espella claims to be from this town. Apparently, everything that takes place in Labyrinthia is written in that book. Espella referred to it as Labyrinthia's story.
Professor, this certainly is
Oh, don't worry about it.
strange.
Well, like, there's gonna be plenty of like guessing and stuff. I'm not too worried about it.
First that letter from Carmina, and now this book.
Carmina? That's her name? Okay.
If you ask me, Espella doesn't seem to be lying.
Oh no, that's his name, the Italian. Accidenti.
But witches chasing after people, it's all a little hard to believe.
Accidente.
It's certainly hard to believe, but I do find it fascinating.
There's a bird. Get it to testify. Put it on the witness stand.
Don't open it! Huh?
It's just a robot, though. No, you can keep the girl, but spare my books.
Professor, what was that?
That, Luke, was a witch.
No! Don't say they exist, otherwise they do. That's how it works. You gotta keep denying them.
Professor, Espella's been...
Yes, that was careless of us. But to think they might enter by such means. And after I promised to protect her.
Do you think that was one of those witches that Espella was talking about?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly looked that way.
Robot.
Then what we just saw, was that magic?
Robot.
I don't know,
Robot.
but something bizarre did indeed take place before our very eyes. Luke, I'm going to go and search for Espella. While I'm gone, I'd like you to...
Professor, I'm going too!
I'd like you to call the police.
Even if you disagree, I'm coming along.
Tell them there's been a witch attack.
I am your apprentice.
And yeah, they did send the Tatsumaki. It did. That is what it did. This is gonna be great.
Okay, Luke.
Professor Layton v. Radiant versus Radiant Historia. Right, I've already put the important things into the trunk. They call it a boot in England. Pay attention. Thank you, Luke. We'll make sure to keep a record of all the important mysteries we encounter, as well as all the progress we make in our investigations. These will be kept in the trunk. Open the trunk at any time. Okay. Do that. And know how to do that. I'll figure it out. It's a video game. Witches in London. An American witch in London. A London broke into Professor Layton's study, snatched up Espella, and escaped into the night. Could this mysterious power she wields truly be witchcraft? I certainly did not anticipate Espella being snatched away right before our very eyes. We must do something about this. Now, I believe we're all set to go. They seem to be headed toward the Thames? Thames? Sure. Let's follow them and rescue Espella. Right you are. And more importantly, do some goddamn puzzles. Do it! We've lost them, Professor. They've gotten away. They got away a long time ago. It would appear so. However, we can be quite certain that they came this way. There may be someone who saw the witch carrying Espella. Start asking people. Look over there. Isn't that? This one's really got me stumped. I agree, sir. A total mystery. Constable Barton. I don't want agreement. I want answers. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Inspector Chelmy and Constable Barton. I wonder what they're doing here. They appear to be having a heated discussion about something. Perhaps it may even have something to do with the witch we're pursuing. Let's see what they have to say, Luke. Good thinking, Professor. What a lovely square. The police officers look out of place here, though. There's a boat. Can't fool me. Alright. Not a puzzle. You there. This area is off limits. Only Scotland Yard personnel are allowed here. Hang on. Oh, it's you, Layton. What are you two doing here? It's been a while, Inspector Chelmy. Chelmy. Has there been some sort of incident? Well, more of an accident than an incident. Over there, a motor vehicle has been heavily damaged. A damaged vehicle, you say? That sounds rather serious. But I doubt that a Scotland Yard inspector would be involved in something as mundane as a simple traffic accident. Is there perhaps something unusual about this particular accident? As always, you're quick to pick up on the finer points. I should say there's something unusual. In fact, I've never seen nor heard of an accident as unusual as this one. Barton! Would you leave the talking to me? Yes, sir. Of course, sir. An unusual accident? Unusual in what way, precisely? The car crash is made completely out of puzzles. You never know, Inspector. I may just be able to help you solve it. What are you saying? Even I don't have all the facts yet. Clues just aren't that easy to come by, you know. Yes, we've got nothing so far. In fact, I'm sure we could use a helping hand. Oi! Barton! I thought I told you I'll do all the talking. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. At the moment. I've got it. Hey, Layton. What is it, Inspector? Well, that is to say, if you're so keen on getting involved, why not go and take a look for yourself? That was a sudden change of heart. It was, Luke, but a welcome one, wouldn't you say? Very well, Inspector. I will take a look. The vehicle's just ahead up there. Just up ahead there, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's in the park just over there, if you know where I mean. The park is fairly big, so it's quite easy to lose your way. I suppose I'll have to explain. But listen up, I'm only saying this once. Now you know how to move. Now that you know what to do, why don't you go and take a look? But don't forget, if you find anything, be sure to come and let me know. We'll be waiting to hear from you. Professor, I think the unusual accident they were talking about, indeed, it could well have something to do with our own investigation. Let's go and take a look at the scene of the accident, Luke. We may find some clues. Right you are, Professor. When I hear back from them, I may just be able to make something out of this case. With the backlog of cases I've got piled up, I have to take help where I can get it. Bonk. Boop. Ba-bum. Hidden puzzles 0? I'm getting out of here. I don't like it. Professor, look over there. There's a car up in that tree. This certainly is out of the ordinary. I've never seen anything quite like it. Like Constable Barton said, it seems extremely unusual. I mean, how on earth could something like this happen? We'll need to investigate this closely. Let's take a closer look at the car. A puzzle? Whenever you see the red exclamation point pop up, that means you're doing a puzzle. It's certainly taken some damage. You don't think, could the witches have done this? It's certainly possible. It would appear the accident occurred only moments ago. Wait, what's that mark on the car? Excuse me, gentlemen. Yes, you too. Would you just stop right there? I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to leave. This is the scene of an accident, and we haven't finished investigating it yet. As you can no doubt see, it's all rather mysterious. We don't yet know the exact cause of this here mishap. Not a safe place for spectators, I'm afraid. I'll have to ask you both to move along. We're not spectators. We've been given permission from Inspector Chelmy. What a weird name. From the inspector, you say? So you're here officially then, are you? In what capacity, may I ask? Well, not officially as such. The name's Herschel Layton. I'm an archaeologist. You're pulling my leg. You mean to tell me you're the famous Professor Layton? Now that you mention it, you certainly do resemble the good professor. Of course he does. He is the professor. So, Constable, if you don't mind, may we investigate a little closer? I've been put in charge here, so I can't afford to be wrong about this. For all I know, you might just be impersonating Professor Layton. What? Oh, come on. If you're the real Professor Layton, I'm sure you'll have no trouble solving this little puzzle that I just happen to have here. Show me what you got. Did we skip a puzzle? The local police force is assisting a museum to increase its security. The guards' torches, you mean flashlights, allow them to spot anything up to 3 squares away. Do your best to not be seen and sneakily make your way out of the room. This isn't a puzzle, this is Metal Gear. Oh ho. Okay. Do not stand in the line of sight. If they do see you, you'll be moved back to the previous space. Where's the exit? Over there, I guess. All right. Uh-oh. Can I... Oh, I can. How about that? Oh, no! Wait. Oh, the exit's down there. I see it now. Tiny little yellow arrow.
Let's see if I've proven myself. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Well done. Extremely well done. You solved it. Judging by the way you solved that puzzle, there's no doubt you must be the one and only He-10 style. Of course, from the very start I had a fairly good idea it was you, Professor. From the very start, you seem to have your doubts, Constable. Anyway, feel free to investigate as you wish. But there is one last thing. Yes? Later, when you've got a free moment, would you mind signing my helmet? Are you sure that's allowed? Dots. Come on, Luke. Let's take a look around before the constable changes his mind. Tell me, Luke, did you notice anything strange when we looked at the car? Anything strange? Well, to be honest, the entire accident is pretty unusual. Well, yes, but if we're to suppose this accident occurred naturally, then there is one particular mark that should not be there. A mark that should not be there. Ah! Professor, the handprint. There's a handprint on the bonnet. Okay. Well spotted, Luke. But a handprint of that size is too big to be left by any normal person. It must have been a witch! That's a bit far-fetched. Dots. Luke, let's look around a little more. Isn't there anything in this park that grabs your attention? But Professor, from here I can't see anything strange other than that car. In situations like this, we need to zoom in, Luke. Zoom in! He said it! He used the red! In cases where something is too far or is hidden behind another object, we can zoom in to see it more clearly. We see something of interest. When it turns blue, we're zooming in. We'll zoom in right now. When it turns... okay. Okay. The statue's hand. It's about the same size as the handprint on the car. Do you think the car hit that hand when it crashed? That is a possibility, of course. However, the handprint on the car is a right hand print, Luke. Right hand? But the statue is holding a spear in its right hand, which means that couldn't be where the handprint came from. It is a robot, however. It could have dropped the spear, hit the car, then picked it back up. Robots are capable of this. And it certainly appears that this is more than a simple traffic accident. I wonder what could have happened. If the handprint was made by the statue, surely the statue couldn't have moved? Dots. I'm positive there's some kind of secret behind this, and whatever it may be, we can be certain it's related to the witch that took Aspella. I think so too, Professor. How else could this accident have occurred? If we investigate more closely, perhaps we'll find some clues. No, Luke. First, we should head back to see the inspector. Really? But all he seems to say is how unusual it seems. Well, yes. However, there's one more subject about which I'd like to ask him. Oh? What's that? Not what, my boy, but rather who. Who was in the car when it crashed? Boop. So what do you think? It's no simple accident, is it? I'll bet this one's even surprised the great Professor Layton, hasn't it? Without a doubt, this is no ordinary accident. May I ask how the driver was? He wasn't seriously hurt. He's a real jammy dodger, that one. We sure are in London, England. In fact, we're about to take him into custody for questioning. Strictly private, I'm afraid. Inspector Chelmy, there's something I would like to know. What's that, then? The driver's name. Was it by any chance Carmine Accidenti? How the devil? Where did you get that information? Ho. Well, you could just say a little bird told me. That would be inaccurate. A little bird took the person who said it. He's something of an unlucky yet lucky type, always getting himself into trouble only to miraculously escape unharmed. An acquaintance of yours, is he? He attended my lectures a few years back. An outstanding student. Is that so? Well, perhaps you should have lectured him on how to stay out of trouble. We've had our eye on him for some time. He's a bit of a maverick, that detective. Always sniffing out dangerous situations and poking his nose into trouble. Unlucky isn't the half of it. I tell you, I wasn't surprised to find him involved in this ruckus. Dots. Professor, that means this must be the incident in which Carmine was attacked. Yes, it would seem so. What's this? Know something I don't, do you? No. Nothing at all, Inspector. I was hoping you might just come up with something I could use. Never mind. Now I've got that detective. I may be able to wring something out of him. I'd really like to know how such an accident occurred. Inspector, just one other question. Is there any evidence to suggest that Carmina was not alone in that car? What's that? Someone else in the car? No, there's nothing to suggest that. Is that so? Well, was there anything else unusual about the accident that you haven't mentioned? Anything else unusual? No, not as far as I'm aware. Wait a minute, we did see those strange people in Halloween costumes. Halloween costumes? Oi, Burton. Like I said before, I'll do the talking. Yes, Inspector. Sorry, Inspector. Those people in Halloween costumes, can you tell me anything about them? Certainly persistent, Layton. To be honest with you, I don't think they had anything to do with it. We saw a group of them loitering around the Tower Bridge. I decided to question them, but when I took my eyes off them for a second, they just disappeared. I wonder what in blazes they were up to, wandering around dressed like that. When precisely was this? Just a moment ago, about the same time you went to the park. Halloween costumes? Professor, could it be? I see what you mean. It seems like we may have a lead. Thank you for your help, Inspector. No, hold on. What's all this about? What's this all about? We seem to have come to the right place all right. Yes, it would appear the witches attacked Espella and Carmina in the park, before coming after Espella and abducting her from my office. Following that, they must have made their way from there to Tower Bridge. We may still catch up with them if we hurry. Let's go. More importantly, let's do puzzles. Investigation. The professor's former student, Carmina Accidenti, who gave Espella a letter for the professor, was involved in a car crash while they were being pursued by witches. What was he investigating in Labyrinthia? The news of Carmina's accident came as a shock, but at least he survived. I would like to have discussed things with him. London Bridge. Not technically London Bridge. There's no one here. This is puzzling. Is that a puzzle? I'd normally expect to see more people here at this time. It must be the bad weather. I guess no one wants to go out in this. That could be it. Although I'm also sensing something of a peculiar presence in the air. Eh? Professor, don't talk like that. Whoa! That made me jump. Luke, over there. Can confirm there should be cars. Get out of the road. It's okay. Odd Garrett. It's Europe. They drive on the other side of the road. Meaning Americans drive on the top. In England, you drive on the bottom of the road. So they're allowed to stand on the top. It's perfectly fine. What was that? I bet that was one of them. Professor, let's follow it. Just a moment, Luke. There's something we should review before we go running off. We need to know how to logic dive. Oh, whatever. I know how to click a building. Okay. Do I? I sure do. What the? That thing just disappeared into thin air? Well, I certainly don't feel that same presence that I did just a moment ago. Is he Batman? Does he have detective vision? Professor, what's that? Wait, isn't that... Professor, it's Espella's cloak. Yes, it certainly looks like the cloak she was wearing. Espella, where could she have gone? Luke, take a look at that, on the wall there, just next to the cloak. Some kind of mysterious pattern engraved there. Yeah, what? I believe this may demand closer investigation. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look at that, too. What do you think this pattern is all about? Well, I can't say it's a pattern I've ever seen before. It's a magic circle! Uh-oh. Which one is that? Is that the one that prevents people from entering? I wonder what a mark like this could be doing here. Wait a sec, that figure disappeared right around here, didn't it? That's right. Not to mention Ispella's cloak is lying right here in front of this wall. Without doubt, there must be some kind of clue here as to Ispella's whereabouts. Let's check it out. Dots. Wait, can you hear something? Slow dots. Professor! The wall's moving. Walled in. That symbol is the erudition symbol upside down? It might be. Also, why is this we're on the third puzzle of the game. We somehow missed puzzle number 2. If this works the same way as other Professor Layton puzzles, after you get to like the end of a chapter, they just go, here's a list of the puzzles you didn't do. You can just do them now without finding them. 40, this is like as difficult as they get, and they're hitting us with this right away, even though it looks like it's just Tetris. Should I? Okay, good. I can use these arrow keys. It just like I didn't even mean to drop it there, but it gave it to me. Oh, no. Wait, I get it. Those are not correct. Yeah, number of picarats is usually indicative of the difficulty, and that is not the case here. No. If this is called a simulator, Ispella just got snatched up by a summoned creature and will die in 500 seconds, or when she's sacrificed for some other tick-tock. Oh no, it's timed. It is timed. She's done for.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Ba-da-ba-da-bum.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
The joy of solving puzzles. Excellent! A powerful tremor begins to resonate from the wall.
Look, Professor! The wall!
Huh. What's this now?
Good job.
Ouch, ouch, ouch!
Luke! Are you all right, Luke?
Yes.
Huh? What is this place?
And where is Phoenix Wright?
What's a place like this doing behind the wall?
It appears to have been here for some time.
I wonder who could have made this place and why. It's so dark. I can barely see. Espella! Professor, we've got to search for Espella.
Indeed, she could be here somewhere. Although,
So, could that witch?
precisely, we should proceed with caution.
Okay.
Is it her? Did I find her already? Oh, okay. Espella's hands have been tightly tied behind her back. Quickly untie her. Which rope, A or B, will not result in a knot when both ends of the rope are pulled at the same time? Oh, I see. Like, if it's crossed this way or crossed that way. Alright, I need to see these in order to picture it. Oh no, it won't fill it in for me. Okay. And yeah, she does look different. Oh, okay. Well, if this one, if we go with B, then this one is just underneath everything, and then here's over the top, so they're not tied. If it had been over, okay, yeah, it's B.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. You should expect no less from a gentleman.
We're never gonna get any of them wrong. You did it. Espella is free. Just what exactly occurred here? Espella, are you alright? You have your cloak back. I guess we brought it with us and gave it to her immediately before she stood up. Mr. Layton, it's really you. Mr. Layton, you really did come and rescue me. Of course. As I've said, it is the duty of every gentleman to save a lady in trouble. Thank you, Mr. Layton. It's my duty, too, as an apprentice gentleman. Ah, Professor. Is it bad that now I want a mod of this game where it's Hildebrand and Nashu instead of Layton and Luke? Someone get on that right away. I don't sense any immediate danger. I love he has senses. He's like, oh, I detect a presence. I detect evil. Let's hurry up and leave this place. There's no escaping them. Even though I escaped them just now. Carmina tried many times to lead me away from the witches, but as you have seen, we were unable to escape them for long. Uh-oh. What should we do, Professor? Even this music right here sounded a little Umineko-ish. Excavius! A wild judge. I'm waiting for the wild judge to appear. I think this game is probably more Layton than Phoenix Wright. So far, we have seen Phoenix Wright very briefly in a cutscene. And the whole rest of it, we are only in the prologue. I've only been playing it for like an hour.
That figure from before.
Professor, I can hear something. It's coming from the end of the corridor.
Just as I thought. Mr. Layton, if we stay here, they'll find us.
This is bad, Professor. They're getting closer and closer.
Please, at least save yourselves.
Please, at least do a puzzle.
Way out of this. I have an idea. Please leave this to me.
All right.
There's not much time, so listen carefully.
Professor Portal. There's only room for one professor. We'll have to remove him. No more Professor Layton. How are you doing? We're not exactly thinking with portals, but we are doing puzzles at least. Professor, they're nearly here, and there are lots of them. Dots. Okay, we should be all set. Let's get going, Luke. What did we do? Did we set a trap? Did we put down a ghost trap? The bridge is opening by magic.
Hand over the girl.
Tatsumaki's! How did you...
Mr. Layton.
Okay, I guess. All right. So they had Luke go out with the cloak on,
Playing silly little tricks.
and then while everyone was looking at him, she ran and jumped off the bridge and landed on a ship. How did he... Hold on. Stop. How did he come up with that plan without knowing that there was a boat coming? Conveniently. Calling nonsense. I'm calling shenanigans.
Well, it seems you underestimated us.
You didn't think we'd just give ourselves up, did you?
So tell me, just who are you, witches? And why are you so determined to capture Espella?
Also, if they can fly, isn't she not safe now because we can't get to her as fast as they can?
Fools.
Yeah, fools. I agree. I agree with the witch.
It's yourselves you should be more concerned about. Do you have any idea of what it means to involve yourself with that girl? It would seem not.
What do you mean?
The pair of you have unknowingly walked right into the middle of the story.
The middle of the story?
Okay, I guess that means we're halfway done with the game. We're in the middle.
You will soon see what I mean.
We should be able to finish this up by tonight.
Professor, she just disappeared.
Robot. Robots can do that. Try to keep up,
I wonder
Luke.
what she could have meant by that.
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about all of this. Do you think she's just trying to scare us because she lost?
At any rate, we should try to reach Espella.
Yeah, how is this going to work when we get to... Like, if people are so obviously flying around and using psychic
I know
blasts...
where that ship was heading. Let's head to the port.
I mean, I
and
know
reach Espella
Phoenix
when
Wright
she
has
arrives.
ghosts,
Right.
but it doesn't
I
have
know I can
magic.
give her back this book. Huh? Professor, the book! It's...
Hmm? Professor, the book, it's full of annoying stories about Maria and her pet lion toy.
Isn't this us, Professor?
Surely not.
Robots. It's not magic. It's robots. To be continued. All right, so that's either the end of the prologue or it's the end of the Layton half of the prologue. Let's find out.